Hey friends, hey new people, welcome. It's story time. Let's get right into this. As they prepared his sacred drink, he was looking at the stars. He thought to himself that he'd never seen the stars without all of the light pollution from the city. He heard their chanting in the distance, and it slowly got closer and closer. He knew his time was coming. When it was his turn, there were 3 knocks at his hut. Akshar opened the door and the shaman and his assistants entered the hut. The shaman was a tall, dark, indigenous man. He had some sort of tribal tattoo on his right forearm that looked like a crocodile. The shaman said, "I am Jakari Ongon. Speak to me. What ails your spirit, my son?" Akshar replied, "I am here because I am lost. I have so many things, but I am lonely. I am lost. I seek my friend, my very, very best friend. I have looked high and low for a soul to join me in this journey as my friend, my partner, and a wife. I cannot find her no matter how hard I try." The wise shaman nodded and asked Akshar to look within. "Is your soul worthy of a partner? Is your vessel able to handle a wife?" Akshar was confused. However, he replied by telling Jakari Ongon that he has done enough shadow work to improve his being. He has sought help for issues in the past and believes his vessel is of sufficient quality to attract a partner. The shaman nodded once more and drove his staff into the ground twice. He smiled to prepare the drink, and they fell to their knees and started grinding herbs and fruit in some sort of indented rock. Jakari Ongon said to Akshar, "I see you are of pure spirit and are in sound mind. For you are truly in need and I will help you. Prepare to receive the drink. After you drink, I would like you to play this drum." And he pulled a drum from his satchel with 2 small drumsticks and handed it to Akshar. The assistants gave the prepared concoction to the shaman. The shaman's body became rigid and his face straightened, and the assistant stepped behind Jakari Ongon and bowed. The shaman then says to Akshar, "Drink this, and I will send you on a journey in which you may cast a boon." The shaman then said, "I will be with you on this journey. However, I can only guide you. I am not allowed to intervene." He gave Akshar the rock, and he drank the potion. Akshar found it to be bitter and sweet at the same time. It was a taste that slowly took over his entire body. As he gulped it down, the shaman began to shake his staff, and the assistants began to hum as the shaman spoke. Nehal ha'avaha watalajun. Ahavat tavoy elai watalajun. Nahal al-hubi halasha watalajun. Al-hubi yeti ilya hala wahasha walahajun. Nahal ha'avahasha aha watalajun. Al-hubi yeti ilaha yaha watalajun. Rio amor hata ese watalajun. Amor venamir ese watalajun. Al-hubiyati iliyaya ha watalajun. Ahav ta'avoy ele ehe watalajun. He nasalha ha asaha watalajun. The shaman then ordered Akshar to play the drums. Akshar was originally confused, but after a moment he began playing a beat very slowly and felt the effects of the potion starting to settle in. As Akshar developed a rhythm, he noticed the shaman also had a drumstick of his own and was slowly moving closer. Then the shaman said, "My son, look up." As Akshar lifted his head, the shaman struck him directly on the forehead. Instantly, the shaman separated Akshar and his soul from his body. His body fell backward and his soul was now in the astral realm. As the smoke cleared, he saw the shaman and what appeared to be a creek and yelled, "Hey, you hit me. Where are we?" The shaman then smiled and said, "My son, this is where you will find the answers you seek. I will show you where to cast your beacon. Come. But first, allow me to prepare you for this part of the journey." He said, "We must change form. When you change form, we will communicate telepathically. To the rest, we will appear as animals. You will know how to move in your new form. Do not worry, my son. I am here with you." The shaman then opened his palm toward Akshar and once again spoke a foreign language and said, "Timsa Han Sobek." Akshar's tattoo of Sobek began to shine brightly, and then the shaman said, "We must blend in at this particular place, for there are many predators." They both turned into crocodiles and began to swim in the river. The shaman then said, "You bear the mark of Sobek. You are wise. Your soul belongs to the dark waters of Nun. Do not forget this. You are strong. You are the most vicious protector. Do not forget this. Any seed that you sow will flourish. Do not forget this." They swam further, then the shaman says, "We are here." And the two move to the shore of the river. Both their crocodile bodies begin to glow and they have returned to original form. "Not so hard is it out here, my friend?" the shaman asks. Akshar nods in agreement and the shaman is walking, leading the way. "Tell me, my son, why do you seek love?" Akshar felt his heart pull and his chest turn green. Akshar cleared his throat and said, "Jakari Ongun, I am complete. I am whole. However, I am lonely. I have done many great things for many deserving people. I seek a partner, my best friend, my very special friend. Someone to hold hands with while we walk, someone to laugh with, someone to speak about everything and nothing from one moment to the next." The shaman nodded and said, "My son, I understand your quest. I too have said the same things. This is why we make the journey in this realm. I will take you to the highest mountain where you will call to your partner and you will send your boon. This boon will be a beacon that all will hear in each realm. My son, the only thing I am allowed to tell you here is that you must be patient. I can advise you, but you must do the work. This is the only way." Hearing the word patient triggered Akshar and he said, "Jakari Ongon, I have been patient. I have loved deeply. I have been patient." Akshar's voice broke and a tear fell from his eyes. As the tear hit the ground, instantly a rose bush grew in that spot. They were the most beautiful roses, a vibrant red and a strong aroma that dominated the air. The shaman smiled and plucked 3 roses from the bush. He said, "My son, in this realm you are a god. However, in the other realms you are a mortal. It does not mean that you cannot do godly things. It does not mean that you could not create miracles. It means that you must master patience. A bamboo tree does not break the soil for the first 4 years of its life. Then when you are least expecting it in the 5th year, it reaches towards the heavens at a remarkable pace." They walked a long distance and the path slowly became filled with rocks and shrubs. The shaman stopped. He then drew a symbol in the dirt. He looked at Akshar and said, "This is where you must walk forward, and I shall follow behind you. May the most powerful Ghana be with you." And an elephant roared in the distance. Alright, so that is a wrap for part 1. I guarantee part 2 will be available tomorrow night. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. I will see you tomorrow where the ancestors are going to help Akshar.